Okay, very cool. Oh, do I have to go through all this again? Bro. Kind of annoying how YouTube just automatically canceled or closed that, just automatically closed the stream because my internet disconnected for long enough. So you don't deserve it. Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine, let's have a one-on-one duel right now. Yanqing. Well, that's more like it. Just be careful, because I'm not as easy to handle as the person. You two, be quiet and apologize to Yanqing. Hey, whose side are you on, Grandpa? I don't take sides, okay. It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Juming's incredible swordplay craftsmanship, most notably the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yunli, who's among those ranks today, well, I must say she definitely has that fiery edge. Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin those fancy titles, trying to set the Cloud Knights apart. Yunli is still just a young girl, a bit awkward and hot-tempered, so please forgive her if she's being rude. Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yanqing, why don't you entertain our guests and take Miss Yunli to the inn? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral Express for helping the Luofu during the crisis. So kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times. Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time. You needn't apologize, General Huayan. Alright, Yunli, take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing. Yeah, it's better to make friends than enemies, but I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha. She just arrived on the Luofu and could use some help settling in. Yanqing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go do the artisanship commission for me. I've heard about the attack and detainment of the IPC ship. Qingzu sent word that the IPC members are protesting and wish to have their cargo back. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive, just make it clear that the Shenzhou Luofu has no intention of violating their rights. I'm on it. Okay. Hi. This trip is totally worth it. Compared to the Juming, the Luofu is so much livelier. But it's a shame the Luofu's sword masters don't seem that great. Glad to meet you, Miss Yunli. Glad to meet you too. Are you here to participate in the war dance? I'm just a tourist. Can outsiders participate? I don't know. Of course, to honor martial arts, the Cloud Knights Ring is always open to outsiders. If you can defeat the ringmaster selected by the Shenzhou, you'll not only win rewards and prizes, but also be making a name for yourself. Sounds tempting, doesn't it? What's the Flame Wheel Octet the General spoke of? That's how outsiders refer to my peers in the Juming Cloud Knights and the Artisanship Commission. We all trained under Grandpa's guidance, learning the art of craftsmanship and swordplay. That's how we got that title, I guess. Just don't mention it in front of Grandpa. He always says that empty titles bring pointless challenges and conflicts. We Juming Swordmasters pride ourselves on the success of the group over the individual. Are you coming with us? I have some things to do. Besides, little Yanqing doesn't seem too happy about me tagging along. Little? Are you older or younger than him? But you did take a sword. You're right. I took it with my skill, so I guess you can say I'm a robber or something. How dare he imply I'm a thief? Totally different. You okay in the head right there? Besides, the sword seems scared of its own master. I'd like to ask him. You claim to cherish your sword as your life. You don't even recognize the state it's in right now? I didn't intend to keep the sword. I was planning to take this chance to return it to him, but now I've changed my mind. I'll give that poor flying sword some proper maintenance. I won't consider returning the sword unless he learns how to say please, hello, thank you, and sorry. So he can forget about it for now. Okay. Okay then. You scratch your head, feeling a tingling sensation on your scalp at the thought of the impending troubles Yanqing will face. While you're distracted, the young girl has already wandered off on her own, her whereabouts unknown. This is the report Jingju just sent me. Let me take a look. Looks like the General has given me a tough challenge. She wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease. Is this some kind of test from the General? Who knows? Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud 9 officers, we not only learn the art of war and martial arts, but also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes. It's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC with their non-stop corporate babble. Yep, we know about that very well. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn? Let's go. It's the Wolfu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Juming and the Yaocheng implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be any specific instructions from the marshal? Oh, he opened his eyes. Okay. You're overthinking it, Jingyuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior motives. However, I have no clue what the Yaocheng Arbiter General has in mind. Fei Xiao? You remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on this Shenzo. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed and you've done well. However, longevity for the Shenzo people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows, and one day they'll eventually catch up to you. You think about Mara? The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Luofu. As for the Merlin's claw of the Yaocheng, she has come specifically for you. Who's the Merlin's claw? Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style. Oh, that's not true, General Huayan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature. This looks like Luocha, but not him. Wait, is this the fox dude? Frick, what's his name? I forgot his name. Frick. It is him, and it's Mose. As soon as she disembarked from Starskiff, she mentioned having something to attend to and simply disappeared. You must be the messengers from the Shenzo Yaocheng, I assume. Yep, Jiao Cho. Yep, we are Jiao Cho and Mose, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Orbital Generals. Now, this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here? Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it. Okay. A spectacular view? Huh. Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic. Please do not misunderstand me, General Huayan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. When she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you. Okay, that's... okay, that's... I guess she just does what she wants. In the meantime, outside the Palace of Astrum... Drat, I forgot to ask Yunli to return my sword. I don't think you'll ever get your sword back. Unacceptable. Every sword is precious to me. If it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in swordplay. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little... reserved? Could it be because of Elder Huayan's visit? Reserved? Really? Maybe I'm just overthinking things. No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Shenzo Zuming was actually the Orbital General himself. So the messenger from the Shenzo Yaocheng must be the Merlin's Claw herself, I presume? That's right. That's what makes this entire thing go so unusual. What's unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jingyuan, just like the crew, right? The War Dance is just a small festival. And now we have two arbiter generals from the other Shenzhou ships here. I'm afraid they're here for something more. Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis? Hold him accountable? Come on. Didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Animator Legion? Why would they blame the victim? Dan Shu's rebellion and Fantilia scheming are merely one side of the story to the other arbiter generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential complications. The Ambrosial Arbor. Yes, it's undeniable that the plague mark, which is subdued by the Shenzhou Luofu, has resurfaced, but was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion, or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Luofu, implicating Jingyuan himself? Once a spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish. No wonder we were called back for the ceremony. What was I thinking? Seriously. Here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip, but it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the corner. Oh, I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu. Humst? Humst? An alchemist from the Juming serving as a Cauldron Master on the Luofu? Well, it's not unheard of. The timing itself... Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Heng, now I can finally see the underlying tensions. The General is under tremendous pressure right now, but I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me. Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, it's not like you can do anything. I'm not sure that's the best way to put it. Did I say something wrong again? You're a real master conversation. Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the Artisanship Commission to handle the IPC's protest. He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we accompany you to the Artisanship Commission? This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness, dealing with the IPC workers could be tricky. I'm afraid this will cause trouble for the Express. No worries, we're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stonehearts, right? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right, Echo? You're a real master of conversation. Yeah, exactly. Are you being sarcastic? Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission and meet them. Okay. Can I really reason with you Shenzhou people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right? But I am trying to reason with you here. Looting a burning house, that does seem like something that IPC would do. Who was that? Q? That toxic voice sounds from... It's this guy who had to bark like a dog, isn't it? That toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in RM Alley? I don't remember the name, but just from that's the first thing that came to mind with the glasses. You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle you in reasonable ways, but straight up snatching the RPC's cargo, isn't that going a bit too far? Just as I've said it many times already, once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain? I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint directly with your general. Did I just hear a dog barking? You jerk. Who are you calling a dog? Wait. Why are you here? You're staying on Shenzo, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind. Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yenching to the Artisanship Commission? Shikui. I'm here to help Yenching sort out the trouble caused by the IPC. I heard you're in trouble. They're in trouble? No, it's me. I'm the one in trouble. Looks like you've met this IPC worker before, Echo. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest, Miss Shikui. What's going on here? Shikui. As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borusan and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transfer ship. So you're Scott. I've heard Echo mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Lawful before? Why'd you come back? Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo from the hold. What do you mean by snatched? We told you a million times. It's a security check. Then why did you bring the cargo all the way to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious that you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology. Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here to double check. Secondly, where the heck did you get the idea that I'm a shady craftsman? I don't quite remember this guy. Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Lawful. We'll just fix the ship and be all in your way. We won't unload our cargo here. But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting there? I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right? In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discover that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue. Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living things? I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination, but this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy. The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo. Oh, really? Fine. If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. Doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations. I think this Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with the IPC. Well, I know a thing or two about convincing Scott. What am I gonna do this time? I heard how you helped RM Aliak, the IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to rely on you again, Echo. Am I gonna bring up pictures of him barking like a dog or something? Did I even take pictures back then? What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo. Debate? You see these pictures of you being a dog? If your morale is okay. Doing negotiation status drops to 0. Okay. Okay. One of these again? Convinced? As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation, but he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him. Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Shenzhou Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights. What is this? Welcome near, skip this round. No. Make proposals from the legal perspective. It doesn't mean we're just because we're making sure we're inspecting doesn't mean we're taking the patent. I don't know. The Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way you won't have to worry about any infringements, right? We can sign a mutual acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accordance with the IPC's rules. That makes sense, but how can I trust you to honor the terms? Even if we set aside the secret of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imaginations. Well, let me just take a quick phone call with Dr. Ratio. If anything goes wrong, you won't be able to pay for it, even with your lives. I don't know. Don't underestimate Shenzo technology. Even if they need to dismantle the cargo, the Artisan Ship Commission can easily put it back together. Or not. Okay, go ahead and brag the skills. After all, you're just a negotiator they hired. But I'm different. I'm an IPC member, and my fleet has accepted this transportation order. Naturally, I need to be responsible for the integrity of every piece of cargo. Oof. Besides, the cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present? Alright, let me call in Ratio. I'm pretty tight with Dr. Ratio from the Intelligentsia Guild, almost like family. Doesn't that make me practically... Is it? I don't know. Nope. Nope. Connections, yeah. Ooh, I'm getting destroyed. Let's just go with this one. Smoke mirrors, blah blah blah. Okay. Oh, that's how it works. Okay. I don't know. Oof, I'm getting destroyed. I'm getting destroyed. I'm getting destroyed. Bribery doesn't sound right. I don't know. I mean, the first one is like the only, I guess, sort of reasonable stuff, but I don't want to do the other ones. Everyone has their own set of rules. Now that I'm near turf, shouldn't you follow their rules too? Yeah, I know I'm on Shenzo, but if I violate IPC commissions, I'll be in deep trouble when I get back. Oh, I just have to tie? Okay. Well, you guys know how to argue your case. Fine, I'll allow you to do the security inspection. It's just that I need some time to sort things out. This is a big deal. Let me talk to headquarters first. So, Mr. Scott, are you just stalling for time and planning to leave the Shenzo as soon as your ship is repaired to avoid the Skyfaring Commission's inspection? Well, the IPC staff are free to come and go, as long as they don't break any laws. Who's this now? Yeah, you got some insight there. Who are you again? Who this? Oh, the Slingsha. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Lawful. Yes, it's her. Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Shenzo Zooming. I received a report from the Artisan Ship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself. It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. How can you say that? Did she already take a look? Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way. Is that okay with everyone? Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Heh. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them. What? Wait a minute. Huh. Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that altercation just now. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired. What are you up to, Lingsha? Your ship can leave whenever you want. Okay, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for the cargo. Well, was she just playing on words? Wait, what? Why should I object? All the goods they're yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them. What? According to the import and export regulations signed between the Shenzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat or when all biological activity expires. Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'd only take around 47 star calendar years. Ooh, you're just gonna let the samples die. Ooh, before you can take them, but they have to die first. All right. Only 47 years? Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. Pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself. Typical of a long-life species, your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring Commission for every minute wasted. Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career in life will last long enough to witness this victory unfold. What species is she anyway? She's got pointed ears. Step aside, guys. Let him do the inspection. But Mr. Scott, is he gonna scream at them now? Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection, and if needed, I can always grovel but for the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what's apparently good for what it's apparently good for, right? Sorry for the trouble. Is he gonna take that as sarcasm now? Honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Who, Lingsha or Sushang? Well, you're still as annoying as ever. Ooh, I talk. I finally talk. This lady is really something else. Is this the IPC product? Oh, I didn't expect a cutscene for it. Any damages caused by the inspection will be filed with IPC. Why does that activate? Turn it off. Bruh. Why does it just activate like that? When an ally is inflicted with Terror Grip, attacking the caster of Terror Grip once can dispel Terror Grip. When Terror Grip ends, if the caster is not attacked or to dispel, then will fall in a terrified state and it'll be okay. So it's a Borisin that's been mechanically enhanced or something. Yep. Slaughter algorithm? Okay. Okay. Very cool. I don't know. Do these also have the Moon Rage thing? Or something? What is that? Blood Fervor. Oh. should probably do this. No words for the man. Heh. Closing an open casket. Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too dangerous. I had no idea about it. You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program. Uh-huh. I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice. But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving. I swear on the Amber Lord. Enough, Mr. Shikoi. Please escort our IBC guest to the Skyfaring Commission. Come on in. Please follow me, Mr. Scott. What if the IPC is trying to get rid of him? Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside, just like the craftsman feared. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature. What's ingenium again? I don't remember. What do you say that? The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center. I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from. Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they were trying to create a new weapon? Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borson attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Wolfu. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge. After a while, everyone disperses and goes their own way. Okay. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss Lingsha. I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive, taking down that big guy. Also, what's up? Is that part of the sleeves? What's up with the coloring? I thought the general's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yanqing to be so miniature. As for you, you must be the guest from the Astral Express, right? Saving the loaf from that crisis. It's so impressive. It wasn't a big deal, really. It's still early, so why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions for revitalizing the commission. I'd be happy to accept your invitation. And you three are coming too, right? Alright. Who is on the second half, anyway? All these years, and the view of the Alchemy Commission hasn't changed a bit. The tides come and go, but the anciency remains the same. For us of Vidyadhara, there's nothing more nostalgic than our homeland. She's a Vidyadhara? Huh? You're a lawful native, Miss Lingsha? Yes, I grew up here listening to the sound of waves while researching prescriptions with my mentors and peers at the Alchemy Commission. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changes but somehow remains familiar. Just like you, Danheng, I traveled far from home and now I've returned. Seeing the familiar scenery brings back a hint of nostalgia. The view here would be even better without the ambrosial arbor. Oh, really? I think that towering tree looks pretty impressive. Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark. The Shenzhou have been fighting abominations for thousands of years. Now that the ambrosial arbor has been reborn, it's only natural for everyone to feel uneasy. Well, once a seed is planted, no matter how long it takes, it'll eventually sprout and bear fruit. In my humble opinion, the rebirth of the Ambrosial Arbor and the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were inevitable. The seed was already planted when the ancestors of the Shenzo sought immortality. Serious topic all of a sudden. My bad. Well, since you went through the entire Ambrosial Arbor crisis firsthand, Dan Heng and Lieutenant Yanqing, I'd like to discuss something with you. What would you like to discuss, Miss Lingsha? I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come and clean up all the old grime in the Alchemy Commission. Honestly, the Alchemy Commission is riddled with problems and has reached a point where fixing it seems impossible. I'm looking to remedy this problem, but I was wondering if you could provide any insights. About? Well, even though I'm a Vidyadaran like you, I'm an outsider just like my companions are. I can't really say much about a remedy, but I do have a piece of advice, Miss Lingsha. The Vidyadara and the Alchemy Commissions on the Luofu have always been intricately connected. If you cannot distance yourself from these ties, Miss Lingsha, changing the situation within the Alchemy Commission may be quite challenging. I may not know much about politics, but I do know that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been operating within the Alchemy Commission for years. If you're determined to root them out, maybe you should discuss it with the General. I see. Thank you for your valuable insights. While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the Ambrosial Arbor, you can't sever mortals' desires to prolong their existence. Just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but are unable to calm the hearts and minds of the people within the Alchemy Commission. Our Shenzo forebears knew this well, and that's why they entrusted the duty of guarding the roots of the Arbor to the Vidyadara. However, the Vidyadara are still only mortal beings. 30 years ago, my mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized the emerging undercurrents and sought to cleanse the root of the source of the disturbance. Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end, she was framed and exiled to the Juming. I was also implicated and had to leave the Luofu. I'm having some water. And guess who arbitrated that case and handed down the sentence? None other than General Jingyuan himself. Huh? What? You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Divine Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but even the Divine Foresight himself. Is he just gonna believe it? I don't know. Alas, why is your face turning pale, Yanqing? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides, at our age, holding personal grudges is a luxury we can't afford. Lingsha, you're back. I've been waiting ages for you. Give the sword back. Oh dear. Yinli, why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to Yanqing. No need. What a small world. Yeah, you stole my sword, give it back. I see. Let's skip the introduction part then. Why do I keep bumping into you? Are you stalking me or something? Of course not. Unlike you, Miss Yinli, I have important things to take care of. You, on the other hand, seem to have all the time in the world to wander around without returning my sword. Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword and it told me that you've been distracted. You hesitate when you should strike and struggle to stay calm when your sword is unsheathed. Now that I see you again, I realize your sword was right. It wasn't me who took your sword, it was you who lost focus. Ready me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming, but you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming know you're supposed to return what you've borrowed? Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'll just be taken away again within a few hours. How can the Cloud Knight... You know the Cloud Knight saying a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon, yes? Well sure, I can give it back to you now, but on the battlefield, that's a whole different story. Poor flying sword. Fine, you don't have to give it back, because I'll take it back myself. Oh, to be young and at the whim of impulse. Between those two, who do you think is tougher? Don't get me wrong, I'm just curious. Get ready to separate them. It's my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely not how I imagined celebrating it. Well, since you don't approve, I won't draw my sword here. I didn't mean it that way. Since you've already drawn your swords, you'd be disappointed if you didn't get to test one another, right? I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still infested with abominations. Seems like my predecessors left quite a mess, so... if you want to determine who's better, why not focus on them instead of each other? Clearing out some abominations? Meh. Sounds boring. Is the Cloud Knight suited to eliminate those abominations? You don't have to ask me twice, Miss Lingsha. I'll help you get rid of them. Oh, you think you're the only one who knows how to behave? If Lingsha needs anything, I'll gladly draw my sword and help her out. It's so heartwarming to see both of you so sweet and caring. So then, shall we get going? Let's go. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were eradicated, their experimental abominations have been festering here. If you want a contest, I'll be the referee. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins. Lingsha, as always, you're still an expert, and making unpaid work sound so noble and grand. It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you desire to compete against each other, I don't want to see either of you getting hurt. That's really thoughtful of you, Cauldron Master. So, are you both ready? I have to use Yanqing? Well, I mean, that figures, but, okay, Mr. Pard. Looks like my predecessors left quite a mess. Yep, the one who kills the blah blah blah. Honestly, I should probably use use attacks to defeat the enemy first. This has to be killed by Yanqing specifically. I've got 2 preservation units right here. Surely you and Yanqing reduces his own aggro. Surely you don't attack him, right? Or maybe, frick, how am I gonna forget her name? Tingyun is gonna get attacked. Because Tingyun. I don't expect someone who can't even hold on to a sword to actually have some skill. Hey! How are you gonna ult already? That's not allowed. Not allowed. You go with those moves, but you're not striking where it's kind of such shame to see you misuse your sword like that. Wait, Yanqing doesn't even actually need the crit rate, huh? From Fushen. Does it have to be from Yenching specifically? Why did I not use Ronmei? I'm freaking trolling. Okay. Does he lose his stacks when Jingliu takes health? Does it even count if Yenching is not the one who gets the kill? Okay, it doesn't actually get rid of his stacks. Also good. It doesn't have to be engines to kill them. Who needs a stain? Might as well just do this now. Please kill. Thank you. Is this it? Yes, it is. I think I win. I win, Mr. Lee. You got lucky. It's because you weren't on the team, so you couldn't counterattack spam. Why don't you just give me back my sword, sincerely apologize, and go cry your eyes out to your grandpa. Consider yourself lucky that I'm not interested in your rusty sword. I don't have the nasty habit of snatching other people's weapons. All you did was chop down a few monsters. Don't get carried away with yourself. If you think you can just take the sword from my hand, go ahead and try. Have another one. Get wrecked. Or not, I don't know. Hey, Fei Shao. I got him, GG's. Well fought, my young friends. Casually catching both swords. Got him, GG's. However, both of you have shortcomings. One of you focuses on dodging and weaving, while the other relies on brute strength, trying to take down targets with a single strike. Who are you? Me? I'm just a patient seeking medicine from the Alchemy Commission, a passerby, if you will. Right. Right. Uh-huh. I thought I'd see my fill of impressive fights within the war dance, yet here I am, able to witness a remarkable fight at the Alchemy Commission. Of all places, well, the wolf was never short of surprises. However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the war dance ring? That way you can resolve your differences with the proper duel and put your grudges behind you. Grudges? No, not at all. You and I were just sparring. Sparring? You summoned your flying swords and she swung her sword with full strength. No grudges between you? I don't believe it. Does Lingsha know who she is? Ah. What brings you here, Lady Fei Xiao? Have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady? Does he recognize the name? Fei Xiao? Grandpa always talks about you. Could it be that you are Merlin's Claw of the Shenzhou Liaoqing? Looks like I'm quite famous on the Shenzhou Luofu too. March? Nice. Of course, everyone has heard of the Great General, known to all unbeknown to none. Great General, isn't that a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it. I heard there's a dozing general on the Luofu, so I came up with the humble nickname for myself. The lacking general, lacking in worries, regrets, and rivals. Okay, winky wink, okay. Sounds just much better, right? Sure. Why are they all so smug? Yeah, that's a befitting title that sounds both humble and impressive. Now that the sparring session is over, Yan Qingli, shouldn't you politely thank General Fei Xiao for her guidance and bury the hatchet? Here's your sword. Keep it safe or I might get taken away again. By the way, I haven't settled the score yet. I'll defeat you fair and square next time we fight. Is this how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine foresight. I'll take my leave, General Fei Xiao. Oh, by the way, Miss Lingsha, if you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jingyuan. I think there's more to those personal grudges you mentioned earlier. Thanks for stopping in, General Fei Xiao, otherwise I'd have to knock them out with my incense. I don't know, just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation? Sorry, but even a general needs to pay their bills. We don't do credit here, and let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to steal the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me. Oh? Well, you can always send the bill to the seat of divine foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. It nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some fresh air. You haven't done that already? Where'd we go? Where'd Astral Express crew go? A moment later, Fei Xiao leisurely walks something. Why are we talking about Topaz? Hey Jiacho, hey Mose. Back already? You've met with Jingyuan and wandered around for a few hours, so what do you think? It appears that the divine foresight is using this war dance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Luofu is prospering after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. But, I know, you're going to say but, right? But the influx of people attending the war dance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors. One wrong move and the Luofu could be in a world of chaos. The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least Jingyuan is aware of this. As for other matters, I'm unable to say. I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer, and now all of a sudden I'm thrust onto the center of the stage, having cordial chats with two generals? My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either. Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right? Before getting in touch with General Jingyuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the streets, what people are saying, and how those close to him behave. The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum. Recognizing this fact reveals the true measure of power. Thanks for enlightening me, General. A perfectly clear statement turned confusing thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now. Anyway, this is how I operate in battle, so you might as well get used to it. Are you treating General Jingyuan as your enemy? The longest-serving general of the Shenzhou Lofu. Do you think he'd only have a few enemies? He'd have only a few enemies? By the way, General, you met the healer lady, yes? Could you show me the medicine she prescribed you? Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to enjoy some tasty food. What condition? Mara? No, I don't know. So not even the famed healer lady could help? Don't worry, I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you. Actually, I found some leads. Well, life and death, Jiacho, it's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being the Shenzhou spearhead, hunting down the abominations of abundance till the end of my days. As long as I can fulfill that deep-seated desire, I don't care how long I live. You asked if I view General Jingyuan as my enemy. No, my real enemy has always been myself. Is she talking about Mara? Enjoy some tasty food. So what's for dinner tonight? You really know how to read the room, don't you? You guys figured out for yourselves. I'm due to catch up with an old war friend I've not seen for quite a long time. Meanwhile, Yanqing and Echo return to the exalting sanctum. Hey, was that the Yaoqing general who just dropped in out of nowhere? She's so awesome. I mean, when Yunli swung that massive sword, she just casually blocked her attack with ease. And mine too. Yeah, but to go up against Yunli is quite impressive, you know? That aura of heroism and grace almost makes me want to learn Shenzhou swordplay. You think so too, right, Echo? That general is totally something else. I agree, General Fei Xiao is indeed impressive. I was actually hoping you'd give Yanqing some praise. Thanks for the kind words, Miss March. War dance is coming up, and I've been chosen to represent the Cloud Knights in this ceremony. I've had my fair share of defeats lately, and even though I know there are always more skilled sword masters out there, seeing General Fei Xiao's skills today made me feel a bit uneasy again. Fair share? Aren't most of your battles recently defeats? Or ended in defeats? Don't underestimate yourself. After all, generals won't fight in the ring during the war dance. Just remember the state of mind you had when you single-handedly took on me and Blade. Putting life and death aside, with that mindset you can prevail against most challengers. I see. Thanks for the advice, Master Danheng. By the way, now that today's events are over, General Jingyuan wants to invite all of you to the seat of divine foresight. He has something important to discuss. Something important? I bet it's about how to deal with the generals from the Yaoqing and Zhuming. I really don't want to get caught up in grown-up games so soon. I just hope Generals Fei Xiao and Huaiyan can see the truth. We don't need any more chaos on the Luofu before the war dance. Crossing of blades and hearts? This wasn't always here, was it? Chinese chess. Early at the Palace of Astrum, I introduced these guests from the Astral Express to you, Elder Huaiyan. Both all the people around, we only exchanged pleasantries. Now I'd like to officially introduce them to you. These three braved great dangers, accompanying me to perilous places, defeating the chief culprit Phantilia, and uncovering the conspiracies of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. If you wish to know more, please feel free to ask us. Well, I skimmed through the reports about the Arbor's rebirth from the Master Diviner Fu Shen. She's been summoned to the Yutre for questioning. There are a lot of troubles within the Alliance about this whole situation. But despite all that, I believe in you. Since you joined the ranks, you have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats. After the High Cloud Quinton each went their separate ways, despite the many criticisms within the Alliance, the Marshal still stood firm against the dissenting voices and entrusted the Wolfu to you. Over the years, you've served the Alliance with loyalty and wisdom. You've taken down abominations in Talassa, rescued Deshento Yuchue from a siege, and destroyed the demonic planet summoned by the denizens of abundance. I still remember those battles vividly. Demonic planet? Planet, huh? There are fools who doubt your loyalty. They're happy to see the divine force I felt because it gives them some kind of sick satisfaction. They haven't achieved anything of their own, so they feed off the failures of others. But I've seen enough failures in my time, and I want to believe that your loyalty has never wavered. He's not smiling. So, General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is the only one investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis on behalf of the Alliance. No, I am too. This old man's words always catch me off guard. The Marshal ordered me to come to the Shenzhou Luofu, but the document only says, attend the war dance and listen to Fei Xiao's questioning. What does that mean? Also, who's the Marshal? It's like this whole it's an alliance of Shenzhou ships, right? But is there like one greater power just above that? No need for that. You're all important witnesses. The Marshal is well aware of Jing Yan's purpose in holding the ceremony and understands the situation he is facing. She mentioned it because she believes both issues are important. Thanks for your kindness and sincerity, Elder Huayan, but is it appropriate to tell everyone here about the Marshal's orders? By introducing the expresses of witnesses to me alone, aren't you aiming to discern the intentions behind both my actions and Fei Xiao's, and whether there's any discord between us? Well, since I'm being open and honest with you, I encourage you young folk to do the same. As for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, all I need to do is listen. General Fei Xiao will be the one asking the questions. To be honest, I'm more concerned about the time we started the war dance. Oh, by the way, I prepared a gift for the war dance. Alright. Yes, it's this case right here. This case gleams with muted luster, crafted from material neither wood nor metal. Plastic! Its surface is masterfully woven with metallic threads, outlining an intricate pattern of lotus flowers. There will be numerous contests and celebrations during the war dance, and the main event will be the Ringmaster's Challenge. The host will dispatch a skilled warrior to take on challengers from all over the cosmos, showcasing the excellent martial arts of the Shenzhou Luofu. When you mentioned that the Astral Express would be attending the ceremony, I thought the High Elder of the Luofu would be the Ringmaster. You humor me, Elder Huayan. The healer lady is just a young lady who knows nothing about martial arts. How can I assign her as the Ringmaster? I'm no match for you when it comes to joking. What's this box for? Why don't you open it, General Huayan? This sword case is intended for the war dance's award. It's empty now, but in a few days a precious sword will be delivered and stored inside. I don't mean to boast about our skills, but the sword represents the pinnacle of the Zhuming's craftsmanship. It has a legendary history, full of heroic tales from foreign lands, tales that are too detailed to be summarized in just a few words. Since the delegation of delivering the sword hasn't arrived yet, I'll just leave the case here for now. I've been wondering, who could be worthy of such a sword? And then hit me. I can award it to the champion of the Ringmaster's Challenge. The ceremony's champion is sure to be a perfect match for the sword. It's gonna be March! We have March 7th, alter March 8th, or something. Moreover, I hear that Yanqing is an excellent swordmaster, and that he'll be representing the Luofu as the Ringmaster, so it seems like a perfect gift for him. Thank you for your generosity, Elder Huayan. When did you get here? What the frick? If you want to give me a sword, just say the word, Grandpa. No need to beat around the bush. You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't think you can best Yanqing. Oof! I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its rightful master. Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end up in someone else's. The outcome of our duel at Alchemy Commission is still up in the air. Since you're interested, why don't you represent the Shenzhou Juming and challenge me in the ring? That's exactly what I had in mind. Nobody knows who's going to come out on top. Could be me, it could be somebody else. It'll probably be me, but whatever happens, it won't be him. Looks like Fei Xiao was right. Not to be rude or anything, we've been watching their drama and I'm going to see to find out who beats who. Lie down. We have other guests here. I prepared this sword to add some excitement to the ceremony, not to have you two squabble. It's not a good look for the alliance. While both of you seem confident that you'll win, you need to remember that can only be one winner and one loser in the ring, which could lead to hard feelings. Actually, I have an idea. We don't know who the winner will be, and it might not be either of you. But if you're eyeing that prize, you'll need to work together. I want you to take on an apprentice who will take part in the war dance and win at least one match. This is where we get March 8th. How does that make sense? In my humble opinion, while the Cloud Knight is commendable by securing victories, it's even more so to pass on your skills and spread the way of swordplay. I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could represent the Express in the war dance by displaying their Cloud Knight flair and prowess. Well, Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the outcome. The question is, whom should the two take as an alliance? Imaginary March. We already have imaginary Dan Heng, imaginary Welt, imaginary Trailblazer, imaginary Himiko is probably going to be dead. I don't know. Imaginary Himiko is literally imaginary. And now we have March 8th. Why do we just both look at her? Huh? Who? Wait, me? I just noticed that Miss March seemed quite interested in the outcome of your sword fight, so I thought, why not teach her the art of swordplay? Huh? Wait, are you serious, General? Why am I being dragged into all this all of a sudden? I've never practiced swordplay before. I'm a total newbie. You really think I can learn it? You'll probably realize I have no hope and give up on me, and that'd be so embarrassing. March, that's not like you, come on. Let me choose Dan Heng. He's already a dragon. They're already complicated as they are, Echo. He strikes like lightning. Does Dan Heng really need anyone's guidance? As for Miss March, she's like a piece of jade in the rough, just waiting to be shaped. What about me? Are you going to say anything about me? Maybe I should have said me. I appreciate your kind words, General Huayan, but won't teaching me swordplay be a waste of Yanqing and Yunli's time? They should be preparing for the ceremony. Plus, I heard that each swordmaster has their own special moves. What if they let something slip while teaching me? If everyone knows each other's tactics, won't that make it hard to catch people off guard during the war dance? That's considerate of you, March 7th. It'll take you at least a decade of hard learning before you can even start learning special moves. No need to freak out. A few Jooming swordplay tricks will mean that you'll be more than equipped. Really? Looks like March's curiosity has been piqued. The whole point is to know each other's moves. Defeating your opponent in just one move? How boring would that be? Plus, what really decides a swordmaster's fate isn't some special move. It's the solid fundamentals. So, Miss Yunli has already agreed. What do you say, Yunli? General, I haven't graduated yet. How can I be qualified to teach swordplay to others? So you're admitting your defeat, huh? If you're not even confident to teach, why don't you let me be the ringmaster instead? Yanqing, teaching an apprentice is also a way of honing your own skills and gaining insights. You've been an apprentice for years. It's about time you looked at swordplay from another perspective. I see, General. Then count me in. Now that Yanqing has agreed too, it all comes down to Miss March giving her nod. It's up to you to make the final decision, March. Time for you to become the best swordmaster on the Express. See, I don't use a sword. I use a bat, a lance, and a hat. Yeah. I was trying to remember if we had another one so far. At least that way, I won't have to worry about you accidentally shooting me in the butt all the time. You're gonna poke me in the butt all the time. Or something. Hey, I've never missed my target. I'm on board. Thank you for your kindness, General Huayan. Great. Starting tomorrow, Yanqing and Yunli will teach you the basics of Cloud Knight swordplay. Yunli and I will head out and purchase some sword practice equipment for Miss March. Think of it as a little initiation gift. You're too kind. Wait, you're giving me a gift? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Huayan, smiling silently, soon departs you of divine foresight with Yunli in tow. Oh, General Huan's gone. Wait, why does something feel off about what we talked about? When do I actually get access? Oh shoot, I need to do this. Earliest. Which one do I need to do? Star is Born. Watch time mastery, okay. I think we should off topic. How did things even get to this point? Yeah, I brought you here because the general said he had some important matters to discuss, but how in the world did Yunli and I suddenly become Miss March swordplay mentors? Because General Huan wants us to stick around on the Luofu for some time. But aren't we here to attend the ceremony anyway? But from his point of view, we're no different from all the other tourists who may leave at any time. Since the crew's actions were mentioned in the Luofu's operation log given to the Alliance, he probably wants to see it firsthand if we're as capable as the report claims, or if we're just some made-up excuse to save face. And he wants to see it for himself during the war dance, which is why he even dragged Li into this. What began as a simple contest between two sword masters now has evolved into you collaborating to mentor March. Elder Huan is still that tricky general who likes to give everyone a headache. My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because I wished for you to act as my witnesses. I apologize for not disclosing this information earlier. In the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions to clear up any doubts she might have, so please be prepared for the meeting. I'm not gonna be a dick. No worries, answering a few questions is no big deal. No, don't worry, General. No matter what happens, I'm prepared to stay here as the express witnesses and answer any questions. Thank you, everyone. General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden, but... As a Luofu ringmaster, I won't ever anyone defeat me in the war dance. I know. Back to smug smile. In Arm Alley, Fei Xiao meets with their old comrade-in-arms in whom something. Aha! Yukon. The illustrious Merlin's Claw waiting for me. And for so long, too? It's quite an honor. It's been a while, General Fei Xiao. It's been 30 years since we last saw each other, right, Yukon? Yes, back then, you were the vanguard of the Yaoqing's Verdant Knights, and I was a pilot of the Luofu's Rainbow Orbit Fleet. Who'd have thought that upon meeting again you'd be a general and I'd have given up flying? It really does feel like a lifetime ago. Well, I wouldn't say I haven't seen you in 30 years. After all, your great victories are announced through the Yellow Bell resonance systems every day, so I'm well aware of your great feats. How's your health holding up? Still stable, I suppose. Do you remember the medic who saved me in battle? A healer with the odd name of Peculiar Temperament. What was his name again? Was it Pichu? Or Kacho? Jiacho. He's been my retainer and personal healer, delegated by the Alchemy Commission from the Shenzhou Yaoqing. Over the years, he's dedicated himself to managing my condition. It's thanks to him that I'm still in good health today. Given my background, I'm happy to have made it this far. I'm relieved to know that you're safe and sound. Well then, since you and Elder Huan are here, I imagine you must have received orders from the Marshal. As your friend, may I ask how the Alliance intends to punish the General of the Luofu? The Arbiter's Rebirth has frightened elders who lurk behind the scenes. They fear the resurgence of abominations, much like what happened 30 years ago. Although the report from the Luofu explained all the details, we don't know if the Ruin Legion really invaded or how exactly the Stellaron Hunters and the Astral Express became involved. This puzzle has many missing pieces. As you know, the fugitive Jingliu, who mysteriously disappeared many years ago, has resurfaced. This time, she has brought along an outworlder and a coffin, claiming to offer the Marshal a method to fight against the Eons. So I don't think I've actually done that companion mission that basically puts Luocha in jail. I'm pretty sure he still visits sometimes, but yeah. But still, how? Because that sort of thing happened. Like, well, the cutscene, I did watch the clip. It was in a dark area, so how did people get word of that? The Luofu preceptor has also leveled accusations against Jingyuan for neglecting the Alliance's principles. She asserts that Jingyuan enabled the exiled Imbibitor Lunae to re-enter the Luofu, thereby unlocking the luminescent depths within Skullgorge Waterscape, which in turn disrupted the Vidyadhara's dutiful watch over the Ambrosial Arbor. It is for these reasons that I have come here to the Luofu today. Well, duty calls. Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned all this to an uninvolved person, but since we once fought together, I didn't want to keep you in the dark. Perhaps pretending you didn't hear any of this would be for the best. I understand. I'm sorry. I was out of line. I know I shouldn't be defending General Jingyuan right now, but well, you know who I am. The Luofu has enjoyed centuries of stability since the end of the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, much of which can be attributed to General Jingyuan's masterful strategizing. Unfortunately, for long-life species, enduring through the ages always culminates in a failure that undoes all previous achievements, a moment that our adversaries relish. That's true, and that's why I'm also here for another purpose, to visit Hule. Who's that? Hule, you mean that Hule? The Borisin warhead? The same Hule who has been imprisoned in Shackling Prison for over 7 centuries? Still alive? The nemesis of the Foxians, who'll never be forgiven and shall be in prison until the end of the cosmos. I can't quite remember the exact wording, but yes, the very same Hule. Usually only emissaries from the Shenzhou Yaoqing Skyfaring Commissions can visit him once every century. Why do you have to visit him now, of all times? Foxians and the Alliance made a pact to combat the abominations, aiming to achieve justice and free their kin. That werewolf monster is to be forever imprisoned in the dark recesses of the Shackling Prison, facing unending retribution. Given the situation on the Luofu, those on the Yaoqing are concerned about Hule's imprisonment. I'm afraid that the routine visit every century is no longer sufficient to ease their concerns. That's why I was sent here, to reassure them. It's all bad news. Well, not everything. There might be a silver lining. By the way, I found some clues about the thing you asked for. Tell me more. The Verdant Knights followed the route you mentioned and discovered the wreckage of the Whistling Flames ship. Unfortunately, there are no survivors and no cargo. However, someone had already been on the scene before we arrived. Our people or someone from the IPC? No, neither, Yukong. Have you heard of a person named Ron May? Huh? Huh? Okay, so this is where Ron May comes into this, I guess. After a day of running around, you finally arrive at Petrichor Inn for a well-deserved rest. This night, your restlessness from meeting the general and the bustling crowd before the war dance keeps you from falling asleep. Day 2. I'm still feeling sleepy. Did I oversleep? Where'd March and Dan Hung go? March to Mastery. I don't have to finish it, do I? I probably do have to finish it. What am I saying? Or at least do a large portion of it. Frick, did I do my Duolingo dailies? No, I did not. Alright, March. There you are, Echo. What kind of master voice? Why are you here? He's gonna be like, don't you remember? What kind of master waits on their apprentice's doorstep? I don't know. You haven't forgotten about our promise to General Huyen, have you? I woke up especially early so I could start teaching Miss March swordplay. Why are you blushing, Master Yan Cheng? This is the first time someone has called me Master. I need to get used to it. Let me make it clear. Swordplay training is about improving your body, mind, strength. It's not a casual game you can master overnight. I promised General Huyen that I'd teach you Cloud Knight swordplay so you can participate in the war dance and defeat at least one opponent. I'll do my best, but if you break your master's rules... March is always a good girl. Fine, a promise is a promise. Since I promised to study hard, I'll do my best starting today. Right, that's the spirit. March is in your hands now, Yanqing. Don't be too easy on her. Anhung, do you even have a heart? Did you lose it somewhere? It got stabbed. By the way, where's Yunli? She found a quiet spot in the back garden of the Palace of Ashram for our first lesson together. March waves to you, blah blah blah. Okay. Can't read fast enough. March's perspective. I disappear again to drink some water.
1日目から弟子と一緒に遅刻するなんてラフの規則っていい加減なんだ。がっかり。
Seriously? It's the first day and you two are already late? Why is everyone in the loaf so laid back? So disappointing. Master Yunli, you're already here. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Wait, were you trying to teach her in secret? That's sneaky. I'm just showing you what loaf etiquette is all about. She might be my apprentice, but it's customary for the master to personally escort their apprentice to the Palace of Learning. As the host, I'll be teaching Miss March the essence of Lofu swordplay, after which she'll emerge victorious in the war dance ring. You won't be complaining about Lofu swordplay then. Stand aside, rookie. Let me show you how we Juming swordmasters treat their apprentices. What? Quickly, over here, Miss March. This is a reverse mentorship gift from me to you. I hope you put it to good use. It's her March 8th clothing. What's this? Shenzo clothing? It's so beautiful. Sword practice requires precise movements. The outfit is tailored to fit perfectly and allow for smooth movements. I even added some small accessories. A lot of thought put into it. You're awesome, Master Yunli. See? How can you compete with me? I'll teach March 7th the essence of Juming swordplay so she can win the contest with my sword skills. Actually, I prepared something too. You're a gift for me too, Master Yanqing. Since you want to learn swordplay, Miss March will need suitable weapons, so I went on my way to prepare swords overnight. Aha! Unfortunately, I didn't have time to ask the craftsman to customize the swords for you, but I did my best to choose ones that look nice and are suitable for a beginner. I hope you like them, Miss March. Thank you, Master Yanqing. Bet you didn't see that one coming, did you, and me? The real competition is just getting started. I'm so lucky to have two great sword masters, but why does it feel like things are getting a bit weird? Meow, drive by. Moments later. Is that actually practical for fighting? So what do you think, Masters? Does this outfit suit me? Perfect. I chose it carefully. It's perfect for a beautiful young sword woman like you and me. Alright, let's get started with the training. The person next to me is a Cloud Knight instructor I've brought in. For your first lesson, try exchanging a couple moves with him. Wait, we're having actual combat training for the first lesson? Isn't that a bit too intense? Well, I heard you have some experience with archery and martial arts. The first thing we're going to do is see just how strong your fundamentals are. Come on, step forward and strike with the sword in the most natural way you can think of. It's important for us to grasp your natural movements so we can decide where to start and what you need to learn. If you're ready, let's begin. Okay. Aha. March 8th, the novice is stand. What does her technique do? No. Also, I don't know what kind of ratio. Is she even a good pair? Does she even pair well with ratio? Actually, I don't know, because ratio kind of needs the buffs, but I don't know if she applies the buffs. Screw it. I'm just gonna go with that. And let's put Welt on here. Feast in one go. Are you ready? I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready, but please go easy on me. Then I apologize in advance, Miss March. Ooh. Please go easy. I apologize in advance. No rush, Miss March. You're still inexperienced with the sword. Why don't you use your skill first and learn a few moves from me? Understood. Now ask Master Yanqing to teach me some moves. Giving him some boba? Pearl milk tea buff? Shifu's attack can accumulate charge for March 7th and make her realize powerful abilities. Ignore him. Strength is everything. No. Ah, no more skill points. Oof.
自分の実力や10人は相手できるよ。おお、すごい。
Moment of inspiration.
変身して感覚がつかめてきた。どうだする。
So what does this do?
今こそ真の剣術を見せる時。
Man. I actually did read up a bit on this. It's like reduce toughness of either imaginary or the one you designated as Shifu or something. 何ブツブツ言ってた What are you
の
mumbling about? Isn't this sword technique? Shouldn't I be saying something cool? No. I think you watch a bit too much anime.
あんたを練習台にしてあげる。はっ。バッケンサンケ。はっ。そこ。宝剣たち行け。剣よ、我に従え。番剣天来。10人は相手。はっ。剣、飛燕のごとし。 剣よ、我に従え。分かった。ついでに行くよ。この技を見て。
Wow. Enhanced basic does a lot of damage.
自分の実力。剣、飛燕のごとし。雲。切る。
Alright. I didn't expect the first lesson to be so intense. Miss March has quick hands and flexible body. She's a perfect fit for practicing lawful swordplay. However, she lacks strength and her strikes are a bit unfocused. But don't worry, that's totally normal for beginners. Once she starts practicing juggling swordplay, she'll make heaps of progress. Given the situation, I believe Miss March should start by working on her footwork, her strength. Nice one. Seriously, do you actually know anything about swordplay or what? I could ask you the same thing. Dual swords require agility, so what's more important than footwork? Instead of focusing on her strengths, we should address her weaknesses. The drawback of wielding two swords is not generating enough force. What good is being quick on your feet if you don't have strength? It's not like we're dancing here. Skilled sword masters know how to play to their strengths and work on their weaknesses. Start with what you're good, then tackle your weaknesses. That's the right way to learn. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah, I guess it kind of depends on what you're trying to do. You're quite the theorist, huh? Theorist, you claim to be able to talk to swords, so what does that make you? A lunatic! Ooh. Well, she actually can, though, depending on the sword, right? Cursed swords? Hey, it's only my first lesson, and you're already arguing. Oh, come on, calm down, masters. I'll have to improve both my footwork and strength anyways, so doesn't matter which one comes first. But it does matter. Just listen to me, March 7th. Oh boy. Thus begins the journey of March 8th's sword training. I should just call her March 8th now. Yes! Yes! Very cool. Wait, whoa, where is she? Here we go. Now I have a, now I actually have to build her up. Have I? Frick! No, I haven't. That's awkward. I also don't have enough hunt lycons. Well, it's not like I'll really be... She can build both break and standard crit, right? Okay. Oops. Time marches on, days turn to more. Dear Himiko, Mr. Young, and Pom Pom, we're all good here on the Shenzo Lofu, so no need to worry. By the way, how's your trip going? As for me, I've somehow become the apprentice of 2 Cloud Knight sword masters. I've been honing my sword skills with their guidance. One of them is Yanqing, the boy we've all met before. The other is Yunli, the granddaughter of General Huayan from the Shenzhou of Zhuming. Both masters are super strict, giving me a real taste of how hard sword training can be. I tried to drag Echo into this, but she refused, and I tried to rope down Hung In, but Master Yanqing wouldn't have it. Still, I didn't let the difficulty get to me. In just a few weeks, my sword skills have improved a lot. Both my masters think I have unique talents in swordplay and are literally fighting each other to teach me their skills. Thanks to their guidance, I've actually made some progress. When I get back to the Express, I'll definitely show off my skills and impress you all. Looking forward to your reply. Yours, March 8th. Days and nights fly by and delve as the war dance fast approaches. But like, do tourists really come in weeks in advance for stuff? Under the strict supervision of our two masters, March 7th trains are tirelessly, almost developing tennis elbow. I guess tennis exists in Honkai Star Rail. On that day, after the sword training... Hold on, let's call it a day. This March sword skills are really coming along. She'll hold her own just fine in the war dance. Just watch, I'll win a fight when the time comes. Just you wait and see, I'll show off my skills in the ring and win a match. I'll make both of you proud. Can you believe it? March 8th has actually become a pretty decent sword master in such a short time. I understand why Grandpa always had a grin on his face while training me. Are you sure he wasn't laughing at you? Shush. Shut up. It's all thanks to your amazing guidance, masters. Miss March, you're really getting to the hang of wielding dual swords. If you're keen on advancing, trying out different Shenzhou blades could improve your touch. Let me see. Which sword is the most powerful? Single sword, great sword, or maybe a flying sword? There's no such thing as most powerful sword. It's all about skill of the sword master. Yanqing wields several flying swords while I only wield one, but remember how I kicked his butt at the alchemy commission? You didn't though. First, you didn't kick my butt. Secondly, you'll never kick my butt. Third, how about we settle this right now and see who kicks whose butt? Yeah, I'm up for that, and if I kick your butt, you'll drop out of the war dance. Deal? Go, March, go! Go! Why are you two arguing again? I thought things had been improving between you lately. Someone here? Who dis? Jocho? There was talk that the leading disciples of the Luofun Juming generals were supposed to face off in the war dance, but for some reason they suddenly teamed up to train an apprentice of their own. Turns out the rumors are true. Why are you here, though? Tomorrow's the big day of the war dance. Shouldn't you two be focusing on honing your skills instead of teaching swordplay here? That's right. You're that pink-haired fox from Diaocheng. This is Mr. Zhao Cho. This is the healer working for the General de Shenzhou Yaocheng. Ah, got it. So you're the participant attending the war dance on behalf of the Jiaocheng, and you're trying to sneak a peek at our training? Sorry for the misunderstanding. I don't know anything about martial arts. I'm just here on the General's orders to take care of some official business. I didn't mean to interrupt your training. I'll be on my way. You know nothing about martial arts. Why were you smirking earlier? He's always smirking, though. Well, my curiosity got the better of me, I suppose. When I heard Miss March pondering about what to learn, I couldn't help but wander over. From my professional experience, cleavers, slicers, chopping knives, and carving knives are all just tools. Kind of like frying, sauteing, boiling, deep frying, and cooking. They're just ways for people to show off their skills. How you use them really depends on the ingredients you're working with. It's like your sword teaching methods. If you align your ingredient, in other words, your apprentice's natural tendencies with the right cooking method, by which I mean teaching the method that best suits her, she'll make double the progress in half the time. For example, the golden eggplant tastes best when fried, cloud peppers when stir-fried, and yellow boulder beef when simmered. It's all about discovering the nature of the ingredients. Apprentice. I'm getting hungry. All this talk about food is making me hungry. Aren't you a healer? Why are you talking about food? Well, it's just a metaphor. The medicinal school I follow in the Shenzhou Yaocheng is called the Ranzhi School. It specializes in food therapy. So it's only natural that I know about a thing or two about cooking. So you're the general's cook? No. I'm a healer. But anyway, Cook who isn't interested in health doesn't make for a good advisor. Fine, call me a Cook if you want. Seeing the way you're looking at me, it's obvious you think I'm just some feeble academic who likes to blabber on about martial arts, but in reality, I know a thing or two about killing. After all, the art of healing inherently encompasses both life and death. Oops, sorry. Why suddenly... Seriously, all the kids. Seems like you just got offended. Seriously, trying to save face in front of the kids? Do you recognize this bottle of medicine in my hand? No. This is called tumble dust, an extract from an exotic flower named Yabra. Is it poison? Well, it depends on how it's used. With just one drop, it's able to numb a patient's body during surgery, making them painless throughout the entire process. However, increase the dosage or the potency, and it'll slow the metabolism, making the blood thin, resulting in the loss of all senses. Even long-life species cannot escape its effects. This thing can save lives or take them. It's more powerful than the swords in your hands. That may be so, but I still prefer settling things with the sword than, you know... Looks like I did get you all wrong. You're not a feeble scholar, but a sinister and despicable one. Okay. Hey, why the insults all of a sudden? I'm just sharing some medical knowledge here, not persuading you two to poison anyone. Seems like you get real excited when talking about poison. Can't tell if that's an honorable thing or sinister. Picture this. Two individuals. One standing is full of malice, the other lying down is honorable and righteous. How can the one who's lying down label the one standing as sinister? In the throes of combat where life and death hinges on a singular... Oh, he opened his eyes. Singular moment, every idea fades into nothingness. The only thing that matters is staying alive. Surviving the battlefield reshapes all notions of worth. Be it integrity or treachery, in my eyes, their significance is negligible. Perhaps you've underestimated Yunli and me, Mr. Jiaocho. We may be young, but we've seen our fair share of war. Oh well, then you should know that the war dance is nothing more than a contest, so why are you so focused on it? When I was appointed as the ringmaster of the war dance, I asked the general, we Cloud Knights are supposed to charge into the fray and slay enemies. Why do you have to swing swords in a ring just to please an audience? And this is how the general replied. To unsheath your sword in a ring is no different than on the battlefield, as your sword reveals the might of all Cloud Knights. The war dance is the perfect chance to showcase martial virtue and forge alliances from all over the cosmos. When we unsheath the sword without drawing blood, we not only display our might, but also the martial virtue of the Cloud Knights. That's quite an insightful statement, Yanqing. Well, my apologies for being so short-sighted. I've been on the Luofu for quite some time, but I haven't had the chance to see the ceremony venue for myself yet. Hearing you speak so highly of it has piqued my curiosity. Would you mind showing me around? I want to see the Sky Splitter ship where the war dance will be held? Let's go. I bet Yunli and Miss March haven't seen it either, right? Well then, I'll give you all a tour. Alright. Well, it's been probably a little over an hour and 40 minutes because, you know, the connection died and stuff, so I had to restart stream. I think that's a good place to leave off. I have unlocked March 7th's altar. Hopefully that'll help in Apocalyptic Shadow, because I'm really struggling in Apocalyptic Shadow 4 right now. But yeah, that'll be it for this stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this stream and or my other content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Leave some feedback down in the comments below. If you're watching the VOD, hope you enjoyed the VOD. Yeah. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye-bye.